currents into demonic and into not just demonic, but other currents, mythologies, and pagan and satanic. What is initiation? Shall we talk about I have not done a video for my channel in a long time because I've been very, very busy with moving. I'm in Alabama right now. All of my work and hard work, working and staying true to my path has paid off, and have everything I want: money, a home, a fucking awesome husband who practices the same beliefs I do, and we're trying to build our business and bring people into our success. But it seems like there's not a lot of people in the community that want to live good and achieve their dreams. I don't know. Or they want to work alone and they don't understand working with a team is how you succeed. But if you are interested in trying to become a better person and have everything that you fucking want, go to our website, Creators in the Flesh, GDS, GSS, and sign up so we can teach you how we did what we did. We're practicing black magic, using demonic forces. It's not all about fucking chaos. It's about the chaos and controlling it and pushing it into this reality to get what you want. So, initiations. What exactly does that entail? Right now, we just got initiated into the Nordic system with the Norse gods, and that was a little tricky in the beginning because we just finished our 1-year pact with Belial, which was successfully completed, which was the most transformed. We transformed. When you work with Belial, you're going to understand what Belial is. He is hardcore in the way that he will make things happen in this reality that are freaking dangerous. However, if you're a true black magician, you understand what's going on. So we went through a lot of shit, and me and my husband had absolutely nothing. And now we have everything, motherfucking everything that we want. But anyways, so initiations. When you are initiated into a current, it means that the spirits of that system is accepting you into their system. Now, we just came back. I'm going to give you an example. So we were in New Orleans and we were connected to the Loa, and I have a connection with Papa Legba from time. But being there really did something to my soul because I have such a connection with that energy of everything. My ear just popped. Anyway, so I actually took these 2 lava stones from a graveyard in New Orleans, one of those big graveyards. I'm not sure who it was, but I took these 2 and a little piece of a tombstone. When we came back to our hotel room, I said, if there's any spirits that want to communicate with me, it's my last night here, come and communicate with me. Well, I was woken up actually by some kind of entity grabbing my sheets and making these growling, googling noises. I had to say fuck off, I don't know who you are, you're fucking pissing me off, blah, blah. I kind of got very angry. When I woke up, I was like, fuck. I wonder if it's because I took the stones and I really didn't do the exact things that you should have done when you take something from a graveyard, especially New Orleans graveyard. And they want this back. But it turns out it was a spirit that was actually Trish trying to communicate with me, and it was okay for me to take these. So when we came back home to Alabama, my husband wanted to start working with the Norse gods, and I was like, I don't know, what I should do. But anyways, so that energy of the Norse gods has come in, and it took, at first we were calling out to Odin, we were calling out to Freya, we were calling out to other spirits. It took us to realize we had to fully fully say that we will dedicate ourselves into this path and work with only the Norse gods, especially Loki. Loki came through, and that's the initiation. Is when you pronounce when you say you're going to commit yourselves only to them, and they accept that, then they will allow you into their system, and you'll start seeing things before you sleep. You'll start seeing images of the spirits. You start to communicate with them. The initiation process will start when you've been accepted. However, just now I had some voodoo stuff up, and the wind blew it all down. Okay, so I was like, okay, the Norse gods don't want me to have any of this stuff up. Some people would disagree with me and say, oh no, they don't care. Well, for me, they just don't want any stuff up other than their shits, which is fine. Okay, I get it. You don't want any other energies interfering with the main energy of the initiation that you want to work with. It's disrespectful. In the way, like, I'm a chaotic magician. I like to have everything, but certain systems want you to only dedicate yourselves to them, and they want you to only have their stuff around while you're working with them. So, how do you know if you've been initiated? You will start having communications with them. So, working with the Viking gods and the Norse gods, they communicate with, they're very on the earth, okay? Earth. We've already had an old man walk by us, which we think is Odin, and just stare at us and walk by us. We've had these old people look at us and honk their horns and smile weirdly. It's like the Viking, it's like they're communicating us with old people. It's just very strange. The wind blew my shit down. They communicate with Earth through people, through the wind, through nature, through animals. Like the Norse gods will communicate with animals, and it's not like when you work in other systems and you think that they're like signs. When you're with the Norse gods and you see a certain animal, the animal looks at you as it's like has this consciousness of knowing that you are you and there's a message for you. It's not just a sign. A very different ways of communication. So when you're initiated into any system, you will have to dedicate yourself, do a ritual in the dedication, and you should receive messages within that week that you have been accepted into the current. There are practices where they want, a priest, or there's different systems that say maybe you need to be initiated through certain people who are high priestesses, people who are more on the top. However, there are ways around that if they come to you first. If you got spirits coming to you like the Loa, Papalegba, any of those spiritual from the hoodoo, then just start working with them. You don't need to be initiated unless they lead you into that way of being initiated. So initiations into systems like Klipov, Egyptians, Sumerians, is basically dedicating yourself to that system and giving them all of your mental and physical, spiritual, emotional dedication. You're dedicating yourself to them. And if they accept you, you will have the signs. Like, you will have the signs. If you don't have the signs, they're not accepting you. Okay, you can keep on trying, sure, but you might not get anything, which means they're not ready for you. You should go somewhere else. It's not like, well, no, they might not just like you. They might not. You might not fit in. It's about fitting into that system. Loki is a giant. Okay, Loki is more powerful. He's probably the most powerful one in the Norse mythology. We're finding out because he is giants. A giant is the elder gods, like older than Odin and stuff like that. So if you start working with the Norse gods, you're gonna learn all of the history of them and know the history of all of the gods in that system. If you're demonic and you've been working with the darker sides, most likely Loki is going to come to you. He's almost like a Lucifer. He's going to come to you and help you and show you what's up, because he's very powerful and very amazing. Very sexual, this current is, okay? Very sexual, very flesh. We just show you, this is his offering. But this is mead. Okay, we had no clue what mead was until we saw a show called Ragnarok, which is like their apocalypse and times. But you should watch it. It's on Netflix. Amazing. I love that show. Loved it. It's a English voiceover, but it's probably the best show I watched in a long time, other than Vikings when it comes to Norse gods. Ragnarok. Anyways, they were drinking mead, because mead is the drink of the gods. So we're like, what is mead? We Googled it. Man, apparently, hold on, I'll show you. So mead, you can get this at a liquor store. Okay, this is the ones that we drink. It's fermented honey. But the recipe is from the 1700s. It's one of the oldest recipes for me. I highly suggest you trying it, okay? Very beautiful drink, very sacred, when you drink this is how we got initiated, okay? We drank some, and got fucked up, and we got initiated into this current because of the mead. It's a creeper, but it's a beautiful drink, and the gods love it. The Viking gods love it. I say Viking gods, but it's the Norse gods. They have other names like the Aesir's, and there's different classes of the gods, different realms within they exist, which we're just still learning. This was going to be about initiation, but I'm kind of talking about the Norse gods right now. Loki blessed us with the power too. My phone's holding it up. To do divination with crow bones. One night I just poured it out and I started to read it. I was like, cool, okay. And that's because of Loki. So he will teach you how to do divination with bones, which I always wanted to do. Yeah, so that's really it. When you're initiated into any current, you will have dreams. Before you fall asleep, you will see images of the gods, and they will just totally, the energy of them will be with you. It doesn't matter what current you're working, what system you're working. Initiation is the most important thing. You need to fully do all these crazy rituals somehow to get their attention, to allow you into their system so you can learn the secrets and you can become it. And understand that you got to work the way it's traditionally worked. Some would argue. However, what I've learned is when I respect the tradition and the old ways of how they do things, the better I get communication with them and the better I honor them, and they communicate just so much better. They respect it when you respect them. Yeah, lots to tell you in the future, but right now I am enjoying my life. happiness is why I'm on this path. A lot of people can doubt it. Well, a lot of people say, well, you're working in this dark path and you're not getting success. No, you're working this path to purify and do alchemy and to become a philosopher's stone so you can have everything you want in this reality. You might not think you're getting it. Just stick with it. Don't give up, because you are so close to getting what you want. Okay, that's it.